G'day guys, welcome to another scrap with me. Alrighty, I am going to, this particular layout took a fair bit. Why? Not because it's difficult, it's because I have been on the phones to telcos all day long in between trying to do all of this, and to say my brain hurts is an understatement. Funny story, I can make a phone call, I can receive a text message, I can send a text message, but I can't receive a phone call. And no one can tell me why. Feel free to laugh with me. Otherwise, I may be found rocking in the corner later in the week. It's going to just go pear-shaped. I'm trying to purchase leotards. I can't do it because it won't let me receive a text message. Wow, doing my head in. All right. So what I wanted to do on this layout, I wanted to get messy, which by dropping that plate could have got pretty messy. That's all right. All I wanted to do was some circles. I had these photos and I've had them for a little bit, and I finally printed them and they're just adorable. They're just of my two daughters and they were playing in the pool. We used to go to, when they were smaller, we used to go and we'd get a summer, like an entry pass for the summer school holidays, and we'd go up there every morning and every afternoon. We'd go up to the pool and we'd sit around the pool, and it was nice and shallow, and the kids would just wade around in the water, cool themselves off. It was an awesome way to burn up some energy. And I remember I had all these photos that I'd taken summer after summer, and yeah, it was really good. So I wanted to create bubbles because this particular set of photos, my youngest daughter, she's the one with the little thingies on her arms. That's Jen. She was blowing bubbles and she was laughing. She was cackling. I still remember it like it was yesterday. She was cackling because the bubbles, her sister was blowing bubbles, and she was blowing them behind her and the bubbles were tickling her. And it was so funny. And that's what I tried to capture. Now, you're going to notice two things, possibly. I'll point them out so you do notice them. Right, so as you can see here, so she's got her little pink things on her arms, so little floaties. And one of the things you may notice is at the moment my fingernails are pink. They're going to turn black soon. Don't panic. It's just because this layout took me literally over 2 separate days to do it. And when you get to the end, you're just going to think to yourself, how did that take you so long, Karen? It's because I was on and off the phone to telcos. That's what it was. Drove me up the wall. I literally thought to myself, I'm going to do this and I'm going to smash this one out. Then I'll have an extra video up my sleeve for the week. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, that didn't happen. Whoops. Should be right. Okay, I'm going to rattle off a list of distress oxides that I used. I sat and played and I just wanted to create basically air bubbles but water bubbles, if that makes sense. So I used Prize Ribbon, Mermaid Lagoon, Tumbled Glass, Salty Ocean, Broken China, Blueprint Sketch, and some Stormy Sky. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of different blues. I don't know why I wanted to use that many blues. I just wanted to try and see what I could come up with. I did start off straight off the bat. I will tell you that I gessoed my paper because you can just keep adding water to it and it just allows you to continue to move your mixed media around without trashing your paper. You don't go through it, and you know, that spoils it when you get right to the end and you go, damn. I know I do that. If I don't put the gesso right to the very edge of all my pages, I always get really close to the edge and you can always see where there is gesso and where there isn't gesso. And tries me up the wall. And I just used my 2-inch silicone brush. So I used the FINNABAIR Art Basics Clear Gesso. I do prefer the clear one. mainly because it doesn't change the color of what I'm putting on top of it. If I use the white gesso, it changes it a little bit. I don't mind using the white gesso if I'm using paint, but when I'm using inks, I prefer to use the clear. Just my own preference. I will be honest with you, the Art Basics gesso, it's not the cheapest one on the market. I'm pretty sure there's cheaper. I think I was going to order a different clear one. I've got it in one of my baskets. Not sure which one it is, but there is another, I think it's a MARTE one. Not sure. But I did buy a MARTE, another gesso, and it's a textured gesso, and whoa, it feels so trippy. Might use it in a layout this week, just so you can see what it's like and see the results of it. It's not my favorite, to be completely honest, but I also think it has a place in my little collection because, you know, if you've got a gravel road or you've got stepping stones or sand on a beach or something like that, it's kind of good to have that grit go down in your first layer of basically your base layer. And then you build on top of that and you're sort of automatically building in some grit and texture. So that's a bonus. Now, all I'm doing is filling in my bubbles, adding some water to them, touching the edges where I've stamped them, just to get that color sort of moving in an inward direction. So it's coming along. Before we go much further, while I'm just painting these circles, I do want to let you know, if you have not already subscribed to my channel and you're watching this, there is quite a few of you doing that. I would absolutely love you to join and click that subscribe button, that like button. That really helps out my channel. And the reason I'm suggesting that you subscribe, especially if you're from Australia or New Zealand, I'm having a giveaway to celebrate my 800 subscribers. This is coming from, okay, so rewind, got sidetracked. So the 800 subscriber hop will be up on November the 6th. That's November to me, which is Australian Eastern Time. I will have my video up and a link to everybody else's video that's playing along, which I'm so grateful that people have jumped on board. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me, it really does. And on top of that, I have to also say this giveaway is in conjunction with Crazy Craft Obsessions. Now, Jacques and Cass have this amazing little Aussie scrapbooking craft store, and they post to Australia and New Zealand, so hence they're the only people that can apply for the giveaway. But I'm more than happy to have everybody jump on board, and what we're giving away is what I'm giving away is two prizes. So there's a $50 gift card, e-gift card, and a $25 e-gift card. So then you can jump into the store and go shopping, buy yourself some new goodies for Christmas, and it's all a huge big thank you to everyone for supporting my channel, my little tiny channel that I started at the beginning of this year, and it is going gangbusters. I'm so excited that everyone is gaining so much from my channel, and this is just me. This is just who I am. I'm just a little Aussie mum that sits, I don't sit at home all day, but I've taken this on as a full-time job, I guess you would say. Trust me, it's not a job for me. For me, I absolutely love scrapbooking. It's my hobby of choice, and I've been scrapbooking for 20 plus years, and I figured, you know what, maybe other people might like how I scrap, because I scrap a little bit differently to other people. And everything I do on my channel, I assure you, you would be able to do. And I know some people, I've had some people say to me, Karen, seriously, not everyone can do that. You know what? I break it down so simply that I beg to differ. I reckon you could give it a crack. Now, not everybody has every single tool that I have in my collection. I have been collecting for quite some time. And for that reason, sometimes instead of using the tools that I've bought most recently that make things really, really simple, like this one, this particular page, I've grabbed a bowl out of the kitchen cupboard and I run some ink around it. You can do the same thing. Go to your kitchen cupboard and, you know, see what you've got there. Notice my fingernails have changed color. So I want to show you things that will allow you to genuinely be able to create what I create. So it's so simple, and it's just a few little things. I will also tell you, to the best of my ability, especially if you're an Aussie, if I can find you a cheats way or a cheaper way to create the same look, that's not to do people out of business. Absolutely not, because I buy the expensive stuff and the cheap stuff. Like, you know, it's not for that reason. It's because I know there's a lot of people out there, especially through the pandemic, you know, they've needed to, for their own mental health, they've needed to genuinely try something to get out of their own thoughts and headspace, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I know myself, I have depression, I have anxiety, I've got fibromyalgia, I have seroneg rheumatoid arthritis. Trust me, I can tell you now, if there's someone that genuinely can sympathize and have empathy for your position, it would be me. So I'm just letting you know that I show you cheaper ways of doing things. How, you know, like these circles, you could go and get a bowl like I did. I figured that was probably the simplest way to show you guys. You could use a compass. You can buy them for 99 cents at Kmart. You can use your different circle tools that you get from Creative Memories. Not a problem. I've got those too. You could use punches. You could use anything and everything. You could even cut them out on your Cricut if you wanted to go that far. I do have stencil. I did consider doing it, actually. I have stencil, what's it called? Sizzix stencil. I've got to find it now. See, every time I go down a little bit of a rabbit hole and I get sidetracked, I have to find, don't mind the noise in the background, that's just me rummaging. It's called Sizzix stencil film. Now, this stuff, it's pretty cool, I gotta tell you. It's only A4, but if you want to make a 6x6 stencil, I found that it works really well with inks without the water. Okay, so as soon as you wet it, it sort of wrinkles up a fair bit. So if you want to create your own stencils, pick yourself some of that up. It was 10 sheets and I think it cost me $10. And out of that, you can get 2 6x6 stencils. Okay, my children have just come home, so there is a possibility that we may end up with Jennifer coming in the door and it could get noisy. I apologize, but Gizmo can hear her. This is pretty funny. He's jumped up out of the bed and he's now staring at the door. 20, yep. So it would not surprise me if my door flings open shortly. And if it does, I apologize. It is my children coming home from school and their big sister picks them up for me some days, which is fantastic. So It's awesome. It allows me to extend my day a little bit, and I honestly was hoping today to get at least, I really wanted to do my layout for my bright and bold for the 6th of November. But guess what? Halloween strikes again, and that didn't happen. So you should see Gizmo at this point. He has his little snoot and he's got it sticking under the door. He can smell Jennifer. He knows she's out there. He knows she's on the other. You should see. This is pretty funny. So, okay. So now I am, as you saw the phone there, I am on and off the phone the whole way through this video. And I did have to edit a little bit. I apologize. I don't normally ever do that. I always just leave it all in. However, I decided in my infinite wisdom to write down account numbers and answer the phone in full view of the camera. So I did have to edit that bit out. I apologize. So this is tracing paper. It's one of my go-tos. It looks like vellum. It works like vellum. It glues down the same as vellum. Could I have pulled out a different tool to do this? Damn straight, could have, but I'm showing you that it's this simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can look complicated, but it doesn't have to be. And those stickers off to the side there, they're Pebbles. What was the brand? They're called Pebbles. Pebbles. I didn't even write it down. Yes, I did. Pebbles chipboard stickers. Now, I've had those in my... I went through this thing thinking... I used to watch... I still do, but I used to watch Missy Whidden a lot, and the way she sort of tucks things in and makes everything, and she uses all the little ice creams and stuff. And I bought... I went ahead and I bought myself several of these little sticker sets or chipboard sets or whatever you want to call them, and I could never figure out how to use them. Like, it just never looked right for me. And that's when I realized, you know what? I'm trying to emulate somebody else's work. That's not me. That's not what I'm drawn to. So still going to be in my collection, but I thought today I'm going to use that summer fun sun. Somehow I'm going to use those for my titles, so that way, crossing fingers, at least I use the words out of it. And to be completely honest with you, the rest of them went in the bin, because I can tell you now I'll never use them. They're just not my thing. So I tried, Missy, I tried to channel you, but it didn't happen. Apologies, I needed a drink. It's my second very long voiceover. So if you guys have not clicked in the description and jumped over to the Facebook group, first of all, that is where I post all my close-up photos. Half a second here. These two little doodads that you can see, the little cross is a 1.5 inch sticker maker, and the other one with the little turn handle, that one, they're both XYRON machines. It makes 2.5 inch stickers. So anything you put through there, whether it's, you can't get too chunky, but if you put anything through there like paper or tracing paper or anything like that, these things are perfect for vellum. If you want to glue down vellum, what it does, as you pull it through, it creates a sticker. So you end up with the entire back of whatever you put in there comes out, and it's adhesive. So it will stick down and stay to your page. So it's fantastic. So I quite often use the little cross one, which is 1.5 inches, but to be honest, they're right next to me. They're just off to my left-hand side. I never remember to use them, but they are really, really handy. It's not the cheapest way of like, it's not a cheap option, but when it comes to, see how I'm just literally peeling it off and it's a sticker. That's it. So the circles I cut out, I've just made them into stickers and I'm just sticking them down. That's it. And you're not trying to hide your tape runner or using glue, like a wet glue, because then that makes it wrinkle. So yeah, there you go. I just thought I'd mention that. So where was I at? I said one. Oh, on the Facebook group. So on the Facebook group, when you jump in there, you can see all the photos that I have put together. I take a good 6 to 10, sometimes more photos of each layout, and I zoom right in. So you can literally see exactly how I do it. I'm a visual learner. So my thing is, if I'm a visual learner, maybe you are too. And as much as we have the video, pausing video is a bit of a pain, but if you can go over to Facebook and you can just click in the group and you can flick through the photos, you can screenshot them, you can zoom in on them. That to me is a very useful tool when it comes to scrapbooking, especially for my newbies out there. I know I have quite a few new people to the scrapbooking world, and I want to make this seamless for you guys to be able to jump in here and go, you know what, I reckon I might be able to do that. You don't need all the tools, all the gaff, everything. I've been collecting for over 20 years, and is there still things I want? Heck yeah. Am I telling my husband that I want an electric die cutting machine for Christmas? Yep. Do I have one? Sure I do. I've got a Spellbinders Platinum. Does it mean I don't want an electric one? Please. Got to have all the things. Got all the stuff. Actually, I'm not sure. What's your one thing that you would love to get for Christmas? Craft-wise, scrapbooking-wise. Because I tell you what, I absolutely love it. So here I'm just using my sparkle brush from Uniquely Creative, and it had a bit of a dilemma and I did unscrew it. I couldn't get it to come out. Don't know why. But then I took the top off and woohoo, it came out then. So yeah. So just add a little bit of sparkle to the bits of vellum. Once it dries, it's flat, it's fine. So that is pretty much my page done, guys. So jump in the description below. Don't forget to pop in on Sunday, because I don't normally post on a Sunday, yet I've made my hop on a Sunday. So I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. There's so many people that have jumped on board. So when my video goes up, I will have the links to everybody else's videos in the description, so you can go and check out their videos as well. And yeah, it's a celebratory hop for my 800 subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed, it is free. It doesn't cost you a single cent, but it helps my channel out big time. So here we are. This is the close-up. I hope you get the bubble vibe from this. Just imagine children kicking and blowing bubbles. And yeah, so there you go. I will have everything listed in the description below that I used on the layout, including my contact details, so you can get me over on Facebook or Instagram. And yeah, so there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll chat to you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.